Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 13 of this series. For those who don't know, this video will be part of a collection of videos, so make sure you check out the entire playlist by clicking the card in the top right corner. Otherwise, you may be a bit confused about what's going on. For those that are less confused, welcome back! I'm sure everyone has lost track, so in summary, we have died 314 times so far, we have crashed only 36 times, and we have had sex with 10 people. Our overall goal for this run was to complete the base game while only having one hit point. Our goal for this stream was to push as far into the divide as we could without dying. The rules for this run are, number 1, we could not wear any armor or clothing whatsoever because it adds DT. Number 2, we could not have any companions in our party unless the game forced us to continue. Number 3, we could not use VATs whatsoever. Number 4, we had to find every location in the base game if we could reach it. And number 5, we had to have sex with everyone we possibly could. Now that the goals are set and the rules are clear, let's rock and roll. We started where we last left off, outside of Hopeville Missile Silo, ready to push further into the divide. I chose to not explore the divide as extensively as Big Mountain. We sniped some markmen that were across the way and found the Hopeville Missile Base headquarters. We climbed on top of it to snipe some more markmen when one of them ran at us with a tri-beam laser rifle and got us. We then turned our sights toward Red Glare and the laser detonator, which were on top of a building. Once you pick up the detonator, they spawn a load of markmen just below the building and they run up at you. After that, you have to detonate a warhead to leave the area. On our first attempt, we grabbed the detonator and jumped off the backside of the building. We hid in a corner till we were out of caution, which never happened. Eddie went unconscious, so we had to take out all of the markmen on our own. I decided to reload a save and try this again, but I didn't really have much of a plan. We dropped a stealth boy after picking it up and did the same, but one of the markmen saw me and ran at me with a melee weapon, so we reloaded a save again. This time we grabbed it and ran as usual, but while they were fighting Eddie, we used the stealth boy and detonated the warhead that was blocking our way. We left Eddie and sniped them from on top of the men's barracks. We then turned our sights to a nearby markmen camp and took every single one of them out. We looted the place, and while leaving, we crashed! Fortunately, we had quick-saved, so booting back up into the game, we tried to move forward, but the path ahead of us was blocked by another warhead. I knew that once you detonate this warhead, a handful of markmen spawn. The radiation from the warhead would heal them as they took damage, so we got very far back, detonated the warhead, and sniped them one by one with the anti-material rifle. Next up was the car tunnel. What was in the tunnel, you may ask? Tunnelers, of course. They had a bunch of HP and typically hunted in packs, so getting overwhelmed would be very easy. We used a stealth boy and equipped the terrible shotgun, and we got through without dying whatsoever. Leaving the tunnel, we had 2 marked men outside that we had to deal with, one of them being the legendary marked men called Beast. On our first attempt, we took out Beast, but the other one got us with a melee as we were reloading. We got them on the next attempt and sniped the markmen on the semi-collapsed skyscraper that was on the overpass. We looted the tower and sniped the Deathclaw that were ahead. Taking them out, we came across an enclosed trailer. When we went inside to loot a container in the back, a Deathclaw would spawn on top of it and jump down. I could not just keep walking past this trailer. I had to take up the challenge. On our first attempt, we tried the layer, and we barely did anything to the Deathclaw. Next, we tried the terrible shotgun, and unloaded on the Deathclaw while it was distracted by Eddie. And we took it out. Moving onward, we sniped the Deathclaw that were further ahead. We had to take them out quick because there wasn't really any sniping spots to get them from. While doing this, we leveled up. The stats that I chose are on screen right now. We chose to snipe till we got to the next area. We decided to skip the area that was under the overpass, as there was nothing of notable loot down there. So, moving on, we snuck past the camp that was outside of the Ashton missile silo, and launched a nuke without them even noticing. You gotta love sneak level 100. After that, we needed to enter the silo that had just launched a missile and ride down an elevator shaft. Tunnelers jump on the elevator and will attack you while you're riding it. I was very concerned that they would spawn too quickly and overwhelm us, but we got through that part no problem. I was also pleasantly surprised that the explosions happening all around the elevator did not hurt us at all. We made our way through the silo without any issue and headed to the caverns below. We took out every tunneler and moved up the Sunstone Tower. We opened the door to the roof to an expansive area with marked men far below. While exploring this area, we leveled up. The stats that we chose are on screen right now, and we took out all of the marked men in the area and made it to the ground floor. I did not remember that there was an ambush trigger in one of the camps that spawns a couple of marked men above the camp. I didn't even have time to react before they killed us. So we slowly approached the camp until they spawned, and then we hid behind a concrete hut as they attacked Eddie. We sniped one of them and got back in cover to reload. When we went for the second one, they got us. On our third attempt, we approached the camp and got them to spawn. Then we turned around and ran like hell, trying to reach some cover that was far behind us, but they got us well before we even got close. On our fourth attempt, we spawned them in and tried to snipe at them while they attacked Eddie, but one of them decided to aim at us and they got us. On our fifth attempt, we spawned them and decided to keep running to the bottom of the edge that they were perched on. We needed to blow up a warhead to access the area that they were in, so we couldn't sneak around and get them. They eventually got tired of our shenanigans and they got us. On our sixth attempt, we spawned them in and got in cover behind one of the concrete huts. And once again, the second I started shooting at them, they attacked us and we died. On our seventh attempt, we spawned them in and got in cover behind one of the concrete huts, and we waited until they were attacking Eddie. After that, we ran and got a whole bunch of distance away from them, and we sniped them from a window inside of a collapsed building, and we got them both. We moved forward and came across a 2-story building filled with marked men. We sniped one of them on the second floor, and the other one came outside with a pew-pew weapon. Luckily, Eddie jumped into action and took the heat off of me. This is exactly why I do not allow companions unless it's mandatory. We took out all of those marked men and we looted the building. And after that, we went to go blow up a warhead when the game crashed. So loading back into the game and taking out that warhead, we moved forward and we found the Cave of Abaddon, which was filled with tunnelers. We decided to use a stealth boy and bypass all of them. We got outside and Eddie decided to leave our party. At this point I realized that we were getting far along in this DLC, much further than I thought that we would get this stream, so we decided to end stream there. In total, we died only 9 times and only crashed twice. But once again, we did not have sex with a single soul. The Divide was not a place for love, and Cutthroat didn't find the marked men to be too appealing. Maybe Ulysses would have a bit more charisma. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube and follow my Twitch. Also, please don't forget to leave a comment about what you think of the run so far. I would love to hear what you have to think and say. Also, we have a Patreon page now. One day I would love to make content for you fine folks full time, so every bit helps me reach that dream, as well as help me find time to make these videos and stream. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting. I hope to see you all in the next stream or in the comment section down below. A special thanks goes out to tobirevblackfire for sharing his talents, the folks over at EFAP for motivation, the Mitton squad for inspiration, and every one of you Twitch and Patreon supporters. You guys are the absolute best. Keep rocking and rolling and peace out.